We're starting a new book today, Curvy Girl Summer. I decided to go to Barnes & Noble to start reading just to get out the house. So we're about to get into the book. I realize this book don't got no prologue, no nothing. They just get straight to the point. We just go straight into chapter 1. So we're going to start reading that and see how this book is. Alright, I'm back home from the bookstore and I had me a good little time. I sat there and I read the first, the first 4 chapters, I believe. Yeah, the first 4 chapters of Curvy Girl Summer. But yeah, I read the first 4 chapters of Curvy Girl Summer, so let's get into my thoughts. First thing first, they got right into it. First page, they going in. As I progressed through the book, I realized there are a lot of characters that I'm going to meet. So the characters I've met so far are Matthew, Aaliyah, Marcus, Derek, Ahmad, and of course Aaliyah's sister Anaya, but she's deceased. But my girl's gonna have a roster. I'm hoping the way we're going is getting a roster this year for the summer. So back to the beginning, right into it, straight to it. They were not playing. First pages of the book, we feeling it. And then I think this is chapter 2, but so first is Matthew. We get with Matthew first. Matthew is clearly not the one, but she was just doubling back because she wanted to double back. I understand, but we don't have to double back no more. So I'm assuming that's the last we're gonna hear of Matthew. I'm assuming. We at the memorial. Next, she goes to the memorial for her sister, and she meet Marcus, which is crazy that his mom and her mom are trying to set them up. And the way they did it, it's kind of tasteless. But hey, I don't know what it is with these M names. We got Matthew and Marcus, too many M's. But we kind of that kind of goes away when Derek comes into the picture. But like, did Derek come into the picture? If you read the book, you know. Next part I put Uncle Al, messy. Like, I get where he's coming from, but like the message is terrible. Actually don't get where he's coming from, because like, what do you mean? Like, even if she didn't want to get a man by, like, no, everybody don't get married by 30. So like, his sentiments is crazy. And then like, oh, she never gonna find one because she fat. Crazy. Like, what world are we living in? Uncle Al, somebody needs to bring him to the 21st century, because he's clearly living in the past. I'm not really understanding why everybody is so worried about her love life at the moment. Like, I don't get it. Like, I understand the sister was married with kids and all that, and the sister died at 30. Okay, I get that sentiment. But okay, you want grandkids? I think the concern would be like, I hope you live past 30, because clearly the other sister already has died. Like, why are we so focused on love life and kids? Like, let's hope that she lives past 30, because her older sister done died already. Like, what if she find out she got a heart disease out of nowhere? Like, come on, people. So before I know what happens, but like, I had put Aaliyah needs to get out her head and go ahead and go on this date with Derek. But when she finally come to that decision and go on a date with Derek, and then he had the nerve to stand her up, this is why me personally, never been on a blind date. Don't think I will ever be able to do a blind date, because how I'm supposed to meet up with somebody that I don't know what you look like? Like, I think that's crazy. Like, I don't even know who I'm looking around for, because I don't know what you look like. It don't, I don't know, because at first the way she going back, first I'm like, do you want the man or do you not want the man? Like, you gotta figure it out. My thing is, it's better to just She should have just called Matthew back. The way my mind is going, just call Matthew back, play your boyfriend until your birthday, and then start the real search. Start the real search for your man after your 30th birthday. Because if we're just trying to ruse the family, just call Matthew back and get him on board, and then we could play this little game. Oh, this my man, my man, my man, and then y'all could break up after your 30th. What your family gonna say then? You already got the boat. He can't take the boat back. It's yours now. The last chapter, chapter 4, we meet Ahmad. I thought Ahmad was going to be like another love interest, another guy, but no. Ahmad is given like fairy godfather. That's definitely what it's given. Like, he's going to help her out. I wonder how this is going to develop. Like, but no, Ahmad is married, so he can't be the one that she ends up with at the end, because that wouldn't even make sense, because he has a ring on his finger. So yeah, he is still giving fairy godfather though. Like, he's gonna help her figure this out. He done got her on dating sites. I think it was called, I don't know if it's supposed to be a play on Plenty of Fish, but was it like touches fish or something, tank of fish or something? It was something fish, Tanner fish. But yeah, she's on a dating site now. So I'm gonna pick back up and start reading some more. I'm on chapter 5 now. See where this at, because hopefully that's it. Hopefully that's all we hear of Derek. So Matthew, Marcus, and Derek are the 3 guys that are no's right now. So I'm wondering, like, when are we actually going to meet the love interest of the book? Because them 3 are cut off. Unless, you know what really make me mad? If we go all the way back and it's Matthew. Like, we could have, that's what I'm saying. That's the trope that it should have went with though. Like, just call Matthew up like, hey, I need us to do this so my family get off my back, and we could go our separate ways after that, and then boom, we're actually in love. I don't know, but hey, I'm gonna see where the book takes me. Okay, hold on, I had to pause reading. I'm currently, my plan is to read all the way up to chapter 10 today, but right now I'm at 6. I just got done reading chapter 6. I'm gonna just go through my notes now. So from the last thing I was trying to figure out, the dating site is Tenderfish. So like, I see what she did there. She combined Tinder and Plenty of Fish and made her own thing. She's really doing a good job of showing the real representation of like dating in today's age. Like, people not showing up. Like, she's doing a good job. Nina is my kind of girl. Nina's my kind of girl. Pregnancy, what? No. Offended, yes. That is how you react when somebody brings that word up. Okay, so we finally meet Dante. She meet Dante on Tenderfish. Aaliyah is the type of girl to put all her eggs in one basket. I'm gonna need her to stop doing that. She need to listen to Nina and talk to multiple people on this Tenderfish. Okay, chapter 6 is where all my thoughts is coming in. That's all. I just need to pause and record my thoughts out now. But I'm trying to figure out, is Ahmad really married? Because I feel like what we're gonna get is like Ahmad is actually the man for her, because that's what it's given. Like, so I'm trying to figure out, like, is Ahmad really married? Like, is he just wearing a wedding ring because he's a bartender? Maybe he don't want all the girls really trying to get on him, so this is a fake me out ring. I don't know. This is just my theory coming in. I don't know. But Aaliyah seems to really be feeling Ahmad, but she know he married, so she ain't gonna really get into that. And then briefly they talk about how he worked in IT. Ain't that what she do? That's what she do. So like, it's all starting to align with Ahmad. Like, is Ahmad gonna be the person that we're like, he's been in the background on all the dates. She don't, like, none of the dates really go through, and when we get close to her birthday, he gonna be like, you know, I could be your fake date, and then they boom fall in love. Like, is that gonna be the thing? Because that's what I'm thinking now. Another note I had, it's like the thing with Derek happened and we never went back. Do we just forget about Derek? Like, do we follow up with Derek? All right, okay, after that was just that thought. After that, Dante finally shows up. Forget the small talk they had. 4 kids. 4 kids. And like, he was talking like he had 1 kid. Like, you really not gonna talk to me because I got kids? Bro, you got 4 kids. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kids, and you put on your profile you didn't have none. I'm glad she was just like, yeah, no. I probably would have went on like, yeah, you did lie. Don't try to flip this on me. You lied because you put on your profile you didn't have kids. And no, I'm not gonna give you a chance. Why would anybody with no kids date somebody with 4 kids? 4. It would make more sense for somebody who might, if somebody had 1 child or maybe 2 children, to date somebody with 4 kids. But to think I'ma date you and I have no children and you got 4 damn kids is crazy. 4 kids is crazy. I literally, let me focus it. 4 kids, I was flabbergasted. I was like, ain't no way. All right, but let me finish getting into the book. All right, so I just finished chapter 7. Yes, just finished chapter 7. And like, I feel like I'm right. Like, Ahmad and Aaliyah are going to end up together at the end of this. They have to, because it only makes sense. Ahmad seems like her perfect man, unless this is just a decoy to confuse me, because, well, we already know Brayden ain't it. Like, what? It's crazy that he lied that heavily. Killing off your wife that's still alive, and then she get there trying to fight Aaliyah is hilarious. And her saying like, oh, she definitely would have beat my ass. That's crazy. But I am sticking with my theory. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Ahmad and Aaliyah at the end of this. That's the only thing that's making sense to me. Every other man has fallen by the wayside quickly. Like, who was it? Matthew in the beginning. She was like not doubling back to that. Marcus. I think it was somebody. Yeah, Marcus. The moms were trying to set them up, and like, it was just, timing was bad. Derek never showed up. Dante had 4 kids. That is crazy. And then Brayden is married. First of all, Brayden, no adult should be named Brayden. That's just my 2 cents. But hey, I'm gonna continue to read, get into the rest of this. As each chapter goes by, I feel like it's just feeding into my theory that Ahmad is the man. So I feel like, when are we gonna find out that he really ain't married? Because my girl Aaliyah keep getting set up with these married men. Why she keep attracting married men? I'm gonna say because we meet Ray at the bar, and he turned out to be married too. Like, damn, she can't catch a break. But they're definitely feeding into Ahmad and Aaliyah. But like, she keeps saying he married, but like, is he really married? Because like, at this point, it's giving, where his wife at? I need to see the wife, because at this point, Ahmad is everything that Aaliyah is looking for. That's all I can say. Also, I don't think I realized how funny this book is. Like, Danielle Allen, she might be a comedian, because some of these jokes in here, I really be in here LOLing. Like, I really be in here cackling. So I need my girl to go ahead and do a stand-up. But yeah, I have a feeling that Ahmad is going to be the man, because he, at this point, he is the only promising candidate if he is truly not married. But everybody else, that's the crazy thing. Everybody is married. Like, all the men that she matched with, well, no, Dante had 4 kids. That is so crazy. 4 kids. Dante just had 4 kids. He wasn't married. Only people that's married was Ray and Braden, and then of course Ahmad. But like, do we really know if Ahmad is married? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's a ruse. He just wearing the ring. Oh, she just made it to the club in this one. I'm gonna read the next chapter. She just made it to the club in this one. I wonder if he gonna still have his ring on at the club with him and his homeboys. Now that's what we gotta get into. Yeah. Alright, so we gonna call it a night tonight. But I just got done chapter 9. I feel like it's still feeding into my theory that I don't think Ahmad is really married. Or if he is really married, this is kind of messy. But I'm trying to figure out where the story's going. Because if he is really married, he is showing too much feelings for my girl. But his friends was funny. At first I put on my notes, wait, maybe one of my friends might be her man. I was thinking Darius, but as I kept reading, Leon was the one that was flirting with her the most. But when they were like describing what his friends look like, when they was describing Darius, he kind of gave off the guy on the front of the book. So I'm like, maybe it's Darius. Maybe we gonna figure out there. But no, I still think it's Ahmad, because at this point he is the man of her dreams that she think that she need to be with. He's like meeting all the expectations. They was over here, they were over there dancing to the little R&B group. Where's his wife? You know, I know he went, you know, they're just out with the friends or whatever. And like, we not really speaking on, like, I don't think he married. There's no way. Nothing is given that he's married other than he said he was married once. Like, is he really married? And then she keeps saying, oh, he married, we just friends, da 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 da. Girl, you're feeling Ahmad. Ahmad is who you want. So I'm just like, where is this gonna go? But I liked his friends. I hope we keep hearing about his friends. This book is a little different from the other books I've been reading, because in the other books it's like this chapter is Leah. This chapter would be whoever her love interest is. But because we don't know who the love interest is, I'm like, I can't get their point of view. Like, I wish we had a chapter that was just Ahmad's point of view, what he was feeling when they was over there dancing. I want to read that. But I'm enjoying the book so far. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna go to bed because it's almost 1 a.m. and then I'm gonna see what it is about tomorrow. Alright, so tonight was a quick night. I just read chapters 10 and 11, so I'm gonna get through these really quick, and then I'm gonna pick back up later. Well, tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. If not, actually no, I probably won't pick up tomorrow. I got a lot to do tomorrow, but y'all see me when I pick back up. But okay, chapters 10 and 11, good chapters. So we start off, so we find out that Asia is Ahmad's real sister, and nobody is still acknowledging. Every time that Aaliyah brings up that he's married, like, nobody is just like, oh yeah, like, nobody confirms or denies that this man is married for real. Like, the sister just was like, yeah, like, it kept moving. And like, even the friends, like, nobody's really acknowledging that he is married but Aaliyah. Which also brings me to, I don't think that man is married for real. I think he just wears a wedding ring so people can stop hitting on him at the bar, but they still be hitting on him, so that don't make sense. Or he is married and he's about to get a divorce. That's the only thing I can think of. All these verbal attacks on Aaliyah are getting a little too much. Like, back to back, the back to back is crazy. The firefighter, I don't think I wrote his name down. He was the firefighter talking about, oh, I don't usually date fat girls. That was uncalled for. So like, this is a mess. She went out with Nina to a little concert. I'm also need Aaliyah to stop saying she can't fight. Like, even if you can't fight, you don't have to keep saying you can't fight. you better give your all if you end up having to fight. But like I said, I like Nina. Them at the concert, her having some girl time and like kind of, I don't even say kind of taking a break from the men, because they're still like, they're still looking for men. Like even at the thing, Nina was like, "Oh, he look cute," and then it's Ahmad with some lady, well, the lady that was at the bar. That's what Aaliyah said, but we don't know who that lady is. We don't know if that's his wife or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how long. Like we're almost halfway through the book. Like how long is he gonna uphold this fake marriage? Because it's either fake or he getting a divorce. I don't get it. And then she had a little fantasy. She had a little fantasy about Ahmad. So I'm like, clearly Ahmad is the man that's like, this is the trope that we're in. Because if it do change, when is it going to change? If she do find that man that's supposed to be her man, because we're learning too much about Ahmad at this point, way too much. But I like Ahmad. I really just don't think that he married at all. I do not think that man is married. And if he is, he doing, like, I feel like men and women can be friends. Like we can be platonic friends and all of that, but it is very much given, it's not given platonic friendship at all. It's given there's chemistry here, a lot of chemistry here. Yeah, and then I forgot all about Marcus, because Marcus is coming to the birthday party. So like, what's gonna happen with Marcus? Like, I'm still trying to figure like where are we going here. But I'm gonna get back into it. I'm calling it a night tonight. But I'm gonna pick the book back up. But I'm still trying to figure out and guess where we're going with all of this. So yeah. All right. It's been a couple of days since I recorded something, but I've been reading. So I have left off, let me check. I'm on chapter 20, so I read all the way up to chapter 20. So I'm gonna go through my notes of the last chapters, because if I'm not mistaken, I left y'all at chapter 12. So I'm gonna go from chapter 12 all the way to 19, go through my notes of what I put, and we're gonna get into it. So chapter 12, I wrote, I thought the family was gonna act right, but here come Uncle Al just bringing up Marcus. So she went to a family dinner, like for the sister's birthday. I guess they had like, they celebrate her death day and they celebrate her birthday, so they had like dinner, and it was just her grandma, her uncle, mom and dad. Them were the only people at dinner. Marcus wasn't there. But like, it was going well, and then of course Uncle Al had to bring up the whole thing again. So I thought we was gonna have a good dinner without them mentioning it. Nope, lied. I'm glad her dad finally said something, because like in the first scene, like in the beginning of the book, we didn't really hear what the dad had to say, but the dad was like, Al, shut up, like pretty much checked him, like leave his daughter alone. So I'm glad he finally said something. But she left that. She's still on the, I gotta find me a boyfriend before her birthday. Well, not before her birthday, for her party. Because at this point, we're getting close to her party. Ahmad and these nicknames be having me weak. Like, I didn't realize how funny this book was gonna be, but I really be sitting here cracking up laughing at this book. But when he called her Charlie Brown, I was in here dead. And I feel like a few chapters ago, like she was wearing pink on something and he called her the Pink Panther. I was in here cracking up. Ahmad, he would have had me. But like, I still, at this point in the book, since I'm at chapter 19, I kind of know what happened. But in this period of me reading, I'm still like, this man is not married. Like, something is up. Oh, we find out in this chapter that they have the nerve to live in the same building. So Ahmad lives in the building that Aaliyah lives in. So I'm like, oh, I meant to go back at the dinner for the sister's birthday. This also made me think, like, where is the sister's like husband? Like, I know the sister died while she was pregnant, but like she was married as well. So like, how come the sister husband isn't coming around for these like events that they're having for Naya? So like, I thought about that. She caught him not wearing a wedding ring when they met up on that Monday, because you know they usually do Fridays, but they met up on a Monday, and he wasn't wearing his wedding ring. See, getting closer and closer to my belief that he is not married. I clocked this from the beginning. Ahmad is very thoughtful. More men need to be like this. Ahmad is very thoughtful. The earbuds he got her to calm her down with the playlist for her dates, like, that is a thoughtful gift. Alright, now we're going to get into chapters 13 through 19, because I read them all on the same day. I read chapter 12 on the 2nd, but then I did a road trip and I read chapters 13 to 19, and that was yesterday, August 3rd. Today is the 4th. So the first note I put is, so Asia sees it too. Asia being Ahmad's sister, she see the connection too. So Nina and Asia both can't be like making up this chemistry that they see between Ahmad and Aaliyah. I literally put, let me see, I literally put in all caps, I knew he wasn't married, because Asia spilled the beans to Aaliyah that Ahmad actually isn't married. I knew that. I've been calling it. I've been calling that he wasn't married. But Asia spilled the beans to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah, I ain't gonna say she lost her mind, but she had a reaction. I wouldn't even call it a breakdown, but it took her a minute to process, to the point where Nina had to pull her card, because she is so in denial. Like, you are upset that this man isn't married and that he lied to you about being married, because he technically never told. And I kept saying that in my other reviews, that he never said he was married. Aaliyah kept saying he was married. He never said, yes, I am married. He never said that. And now that I think about it, I don't even think she said to him that he was married. And then, like, I remember one time early in the book, she said to Asia that he was married, and Asia just brushed past it, like, didn't acknowledge it. But now we know why, because she probably was just like, oh, she don't know. And the only reason Asia told her is because Ahmad told her about therapy, about how the earbuds work. So Asia assumed that Ahmad told her about the reason why he was going to therapy, and spilled the beans like that. Anyways, Ahmad never said he was married, and I kept clocking that. But Nina had to pull her card and be like, you're upset because you have a crush on this man. And we been knew that. At least Tyrese knew that. Tyrese knew that from the beginning. I like how Danielle Allen is kind of like throwing these other guys in as distractions, because I actually totally forgot all about Marcus from the beginning, like, until she brought that up in like chapter 12. Like, I totally forgot about Marcus, and I was like, oh yeah, the mom did invite him. But as I was reading, I kept saying, I think Ahmad is the man. Me personally, I think Ahmad is the man. But there's no way, because I made it chapter 20. I think it's like 5 chapters left. Her and Marcus can't fall in love in 5 chapters. We done got 19 chapters about her and Ahmad connection building. So clearly Ahmad is the man. That's all I'm saying. And the man in the guy in the front of the book, he got a tight shirt on. That shirt is tight. So I'm assuming that's Ahmad. Aaliyah, the next morning after what Asia told her, Aaliyah did some little detective stuff, found out where Ahmad's apartment was, knocked on his door that morning to confront him. And which I understand, like, she feel like he lied. He really didn't lie. He just omitted the truth. Not really omitted the truth, because she actually never asked him if he was married. Like, she never asked him that, but he told her why. And I was like, I kind of guessed that something happened with his wife and he was still wearing a red ring. But I also thought that I literally said previously that he's wearing that red ring so he don't have to reject people at the bar. They see the ring and don't ask him anything because they like, oh, he married. Except for the ones that are bold. The ones that are bold will ask anyway. They don't care about that wedding ring. But anywho, he let her know, and they ended up spending the morning together because he sat down, told her what happened. Then they ended up going to brunch, and then he went with her to go pick up her birthday dress, and he fell in love. Well, I feel like he been like her, duh. But he saw her in that birthday dress and was like, eyes wide open. What happened next? I don't know why I put this. I put love with the eyes, but I feel like Aaliyah hinted at her loving Ahmad, but we saw that coming. The next note I put was Ahmad is about to lose Aaliyah to a nigga named Lennox. I don't know why. I just don't like that name. I do not like that name, Lennox. And he keep playing the best friend role. But I ain't gonna lie. I like the friends to lovers trope. But I'm at the point where I start getting annoyed with the trope because he keep asking about this man and like, just tell her you want her and you don't want her to go on this date with this man. But one thing I do like about Aaliyah, she is very much on to the next one. Well, I don't know if it's just her situation, but once she don't like him no more, she will find her new one. The whole accident that Ahmad had, when she rushed to the hospital, girl, you like that man? Unconsciously, she canceled the date with Lennox, rushed to the hospital, well, rescheduled the date, ran to the hospital to be by Ahmad's side. Then they clearly are interested in each other, and she keep trying to convince herself that he is not into her, but like, no, he's probably just not ready to date, but she keep trying to convince herself that he not into her just to make her feel better about, I don't know, make her feel better, but I guess to make the rejection easier. But she ain't even been rejected yet, and that's my whole thing. She need to say something. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got to so far, where I left off at. And I think the ending of chapter 19, she was pretty much explaining to Nina how she's not into Lennox anymore because he talked too much, and like Ahmad pointed that out, so now she can't see it. But he talked too much, he don't let her get in, and then he forgot her birthday. And me personally, as somebody who loves my birthday and likes to celebrate other people's birthday, the first thing that makes me notice that you don't care about me is that you don't remember my birthday. It's not hard to remember somebody's birthday, especially if you celebrated with them. And like the fact that he didn't remember her birthday, I'm like, yeah, cut him off. On to the next one. And now she has set up another Friday date with somebody named Tyrone or Ty, and she's contemplating not going to Onyx, but Jazz is like, go to Onyx because we know Ahmad gonna look after you. But she's saying it's weird with Ahmad, and now she ain't trying to go because of Ahmad. Like, girl, no, y'all didn't set this whole thing up. Go with Ahmad, y'all still friends. You just do it at this point. But I'm gonna get back into the book. All right, I have finally finished Curvy Girl Summer, so I just have to go over the last chapters, well, the last 5 chapters, because I finished reading chapters 20 to 25 and finished the book, and then we'll go over my overall thoughts of the book. So chapters 20 to 25. My first note on here is Aaliyah and these daggone flashbacks and fantasies about Ahmad, because we're still at the point where she's trying to deny, well, she's actually not trying to deny that she likes him, she's trying to avoid it at this point, because now she's avoided him. So every time she sees him, it gets antsy or whatever. And then the chapter before this, she was telling Jazz how she wasn't going to do her date at Onyx because of Ahmad. And Jazz was like, no, not so you can end up on the 11 o'clock news, no. And then Nina in this chapter comes around and was like, I heard you were trying to change the location. Don't do that. Exactly. You've been doing this all summer. No need to switch it up now. Oh, so we get to the date, and the first thing she do when she walk in, she out here, she's literally looking for Ahmad and not her date, because this is the first date that actually beat her there. So he was already there. And she walk in trying to figure out where Ahmad at, and then she figure out where her date is, which is Ty. And apparently, I'm assuming Ty is supposed to be like Chris Hemsworth, because they keep saying he looked like a superhero, and they kept saying Marvel. Well, I alluded to Marvel, and I just thought of Chris Hemsworth, so I'm assuming he a white man. I don't know. And I was also wondering while I was reading this part, like, does Aaliyah not have any like pre-birthday maintenance? Like, I know she said that her and her mom usually get their hair done and nails done before her party, but like I feel like it's other stuff other than that for a birthday that you need to get done. And like, she out here on a date. I feel like I just thought she would be doing more things, because mind you, this date is the day before her birthday. So her birthday is tomorrow, and she out here on a date with this man. And I'm like, I feel like there's some checklist things that should be going on here, but that's just me. That's also, I'm also a type A person, so that could just be my type A personality coming in. So she gets in to the date. They're sitting at the bar. Her date, I think I keep forgetting, is it Tyrone? It's Tyrone, but he likes to be called Ty. He brings her flowers. He puts their name down for that table, and that made me think, like, you know, this is the only date that had like got them a table to sit down instead of them just sitting at the bar chilling. So they're sitting at the bar until their table is ready, and Ahmad is still not there, but Asia is there. She see Asia, and she talked to Asia briefly. Ahmad pops up right before they're about to go seat, and he instantly acting jealous. But hey, we knew this. I mean, I feel like I've been saying from the beginning Ahmad was the one, but hey. And this makes me think, like, this book is funny to me because, like, she has all these men that she's going on dates with, and like the main dude, which they, like, in the beginning they make it seem like Marcus is supposed to be the main dude, but you often forget about Marcus throughout this book, even throughout these last couple chapters. Like, you forget Marcus is supposed to be showing up at the party anyway. But literally one of my notes was like, Ahmad, is you cool? Like, because she said that he was just staring at them from the bar, while, because now they're seated at their table, so she got a whole new waiter, but he was just staring at them from the bar. Who was next? Aaliyah goes to the bathroom to go get something out of her teeth, and Ahmad follow her to the back. Bathroom has a line. They end up in the office, and they're going back and forth, and she has the nerve to call Ahmad dramatic. And I'm like, Aaliyah, well, isn't this the pot? Because y'all are both dramatic. They were both giving dramatic. And like, his whole thing was, oh, you're so stubborn. He wanted her to say what she was feeling. And then I'm like, well, why won't you just say what you feeling, and maybe she'll say what she feeling, and then boom, feelings are being expressed here. But that didn't happen. They're going back and forth. He like, why you been ignoring me? He trying to figure out why she been ignoring him. She not trying to say nothing. She trying to say, I'm not trying to say too much, which is nothing is too much at this point, because now you know the man ain't married. So you could just say, oh, I actually like you, but she ain't trying to say that. And she not trying to say that she was ignoring him because she had a crush. I don't know why. Simplest things could have just happened. Just let them know you like them. They end up kissing in the office while her date out there, and doing some other things. Read the book.
But that was a good chapter. We're just gonna move to we're just gonna move to the next chapter. But yes, that whole scene happened. Just when you read it, the whole scene happened while her date was out sitting down waiting for her to come out the bathroom because she was trying to get something on her teeth. She didn't even tell him she was, well, I don't know, maybe he just assumed she was going to go pee. But because when Ahmad first walked up to her, he was like, I only got 15 minutes. And as the scene was going, I was like, this seemed a little bit longer than 15 minutes. Come to find out they was gone for about 20. But after that whole situation, she left. You know, and she never talked to that man again. Now that I think about it, like, I don't even think she was supposed to call him when she got home and be like, oh, I made it home, because she made it seem like she was sick, her stomach was hurting or something, so she had to go. But all in all, it was her and Ahmad. But she never let him know that she got home. I just realized that. Never called that man back. Where we at? Oh, I put again, like, I totally forgot about Marcus, because now she went to dinner with her parents. Well, she went to breakfast. She went to breakfast with her parents, and then after the breakfast, because this now was her birthday day, so after her breakfast with her parents, her and her mom went to go get their hair done, nails and feet or whatever. But at the dinner with her parents, she finally told them what she be feeling and that she not gonna have a date to her birthday or whatever. And they was in there crying like, oh my God, we never wanted you to feel like that. We all need to heal. Kumbaya. Yes. Families coming together. I like how at the end of the book, she's like kind of bringing everything full circle. Like we're getting everything answered. The family were happy in their understanding. Their understanding Aaliyah is not Anaya. They gonna stop comparing her. Like, well, the mother and dad. But yeah, so that happens. Get their hair done. She kind of brushed past that. They're on their way to the lake. She stops at Uncle Al's house to let him know he is no longer invited to the party because he been acting crazy. And he had the same response. I don't know what it is with this old men thing, but something is wrong with Uncle Al. But she disinvited him to her birthday party. And he was just pretty much like, I knew you ain't had no man, because this was also her letting her know, because she let her parents know, and that she wasn't bringing nobody to the party or whatever. And she wanted them to just leave her alone, let her live her happy life. Amen. But yeah, so he got disinvited. The grandma ended up getting sick, but we found out at the end she actually wasn't sick. She just ain't want Uncle Al to go to the party to ruin her granddaughter party. This is why grandma should live forever. Amen. But yeah, so we get to the party again. Totally forgot about Marcus, because Marcus shows up trying to give his number to Aaliyah again. This man is relentless. And like, maybe it's because his mom was like, y'all should meet up, but like, he was trying to get her number again. And her being the hostess with the mostest, and it's her birthday, she didn't really have time for none of that. Didn't give him the number. We're just gonna fast forward to the cute part. She had forgot to tell the DJ not to play the India Davis song, because she was supposed to be dancing with her little date, real cutesy or whatever. Guess who show up? Ahmad. It's giving movie on the pages. Ahmad show up, because at first she was just out there by herself because she ain't had no date. Well, she was out there with her friends, and she was just gonna dance there with her friends because they had the spotlight on her, everybody off the dance floor. And then Ahmad pop up. That's how you do an interest. Then we find out he drove. It was another scene y'all should definitely get into reading. But we found out that he drove there. He didn't get a ride or nothing. He drove there because he wanted to let Aaliyah know how he really felt. That's pretty much the end of the book. And at the end they go on their first date, like their real first date. Like he spent the night at the cabin and all that. She went back. Oh, I did forget a part. The next morning, she went to her mom's house to see her grandma, because she thought her grandma was really sick. That's when we found out the grandma wasn't sick. She just didn't want to go, so the uncle didn't go to ruin the party or whatever. but her nosy cousins was there, so they took pictures of Ahmad and everything. So the family like, oh my god, you actually do got a man, da 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 da. And she ended up getting her yacht. But like everything came full circle. That's really what I liked about this book. Like this book, I like how it started. Like when you first started reading, you think it's a fast burn, but it's not. It's a true slow burn, and I mess with that. Like it caught you off guard in the beginning and had you thinking it was going to be one thing, and it was totally different thing. I like that about the book, because I was really like trying to figure out, like I was really trying to guess what was finna happen. But I really enjoyed this book. I probably give this book like, I say like an 8 out of 10. Definitely loved it. I'm gonna read Plus Size Player next. This is the next read I'll be doing. If you read this before, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. I might be getting my hair done, or it might be a book review, so check me out.
Looked up a horoscope. It said to be continued. This is a story about a Scorpio.